What is up, everybody? It is your boy Pigskin Pete. Welcome to the latest and greatest edition or episode of Walk and Talk with Pete. You may be asking yourself, what in the heck is Walk and Talk with Pete? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to walk, I'm going to talk about a subject or subjects that happen to be on my mind this morning, and you will listen. Hopefully you'll listen, and hopefully you'll also hit the thumbs up button for your boy, and also leave a comment down below based on the subject matter of today. Before we get into what we're going to talk about today, I would like to give a quick programming update. Today is Tuesday, and of course every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I have the ACC show, a live show with my man C-Dog, the Georgia Tech fan. Well, it turns out today is C-Dog's wedding anniversary. So first of all, happy anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. C-Dog. That also means either I will cancel the show tonight or I will do it solo. I have not decided which one of those two things I'm going to do yet, so stay tuned. But anyway, happy anniversary to C-Dog and his wife. This Friday, normally I do a call-in show every Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. Well, I'll still do it on Wednesday at 10 p.m. But Friday night, Clemson is playing on the road at Syracuse. So instead of doing my call-in show on Friday night, I will be doing a live stream during the game. So mark that down on your calendar. I think the game starts at 7. I'll be going live right around game time to stream the game for you guys. All right, so the subject matter for today is going to be sports related, and it is indeed going to be college football related. Something we talk about a lot this time of year, the closer we get to November in particular, is the AP polls, to a lesser degree, the coaching polls, and the inevitable college football playoff rankings, which come out in just a few short weeks. Now, this discussion or this video is not going to be in regards to where certain teams are ranked, because if you ask 10 different people to rank the top 10 teams, let's say, after 6 weeks of football, you're going to get 10 different versions of a top 10 ranking. I mean, that's just the way things go. It's an endless argument between fans and media alike about where teams should be ranked based on who they played, who they lost to, who did they blow out, if they lost to somebody, how bad did they lose to them, all of that sort of thing. So I really don't have any interest today in debating on where teams are ranked. I mean, I think probably the most notable thing with Alabama losing to an unranked Texas A&M team and still staying ahead of Penn State, who only has one loss as well and has better wins. So this is the very reason for making this video today, is the question: how valid, how important, if at all, are the AP poll rankings every season? Well, I will go ahead and tell you right now that my stance on this has evolved over the past 6 or 7 years. So ever since the playoff system started and we got all these people into a room who voted on who's going to be ranked where and ultimately who's going to be playing in the playoffs, I was like, okay, the AP poll is completely meaningless. It's completely pointless. Other than just using it as a talking point, it means nothing. And I actually held that stance pretty firmly for a few years. And the fact of the matter is, it absolutely does matter. And the reason it matters is because the College Football Playoff Committee has been lying to us. They claim that they pay zero attention to the AP rankings throughout the season. They get together in a room, they start the season over from the beginning, go through every game, team by team, game by game, and come up with their magical rankings. And I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. They certainly pay attention to the rankings each week throughout the season put out by the AP. And I do believe that they let those rankings throughout the season influence their rankings when it comes time for them to make their rankings. And the reason I know this is because those first initial playoff rankings that come out in November are always extremely close to the AP rankings. That's not an accident. So while technically, yes, the CFP rankings are the only rankings that actually matter. Yeah, because they're the one picking the teams. The AP rankings do have an external influence on it, and nobody's going to convince me any different. Now, if you really want to talk about a poll that is completely meaningless, it is the coaches poll. God, what a dumb poll that is. Now, while pretty much all polls, even the AP poll, have bias in them, the CFP committee has bias in it, you're never going to eliminate bias 100% from rankings or polls. But a coaches poll, that's got to be the most biased thing you can possibly do when ranking somebody. I mean, some of these coaches like each other, some of them hate each other, and even if they pretend like their biases won't get in the way of ranking, they do. So the coaches poll is completely meaningless, and I really don't even understand why they still do it. Hell, the majority of the coaches that vote in the coaches poll could give a shit about the coaches poll. And the reason I know that is they don't even fill it out. They just have one of their interns or secretary or somebody do it for them. You know what? I take that back. There is one good thing about the coaches poll. It is good for a laugh every once in a while, isn't it? Like last year when Dabo Swinney ranked Ohio State 10th and then lost to him. I mean, now come on, even as a Clemson fan, I think that's funny. All right, so there is one more thing that I want to talk about today. It's really been bothering me, and I just need to get it off of my chest. So you've all heard Lou talk about the who have you played or who have they played crowd that's all throughout the college football community. You know, these people that nobody's ever played anybody. Anytime somebody loses, it's because the other team's no good. Who have they played? Unless you're playing the number one team in the country every week, you ain't played nobody. So there's another group of low IQ individuals that had the same sort of mentality as the who have they played people, and they are the they should have lost people. You all know these people. These are the people like, oh yeah, Alabama's good. Yeah, Alabama lost to Texas A&M, but they should have lost to Florida. Yeah, Clemson's got 2 losses, but they should have 3. They should have lost to Georgia Tech. I want to know what in the hell makes a team should have lost to somebody. It's actually the opposite is true. Clemson shouldn't have lost to Georgia Tech. They should have beat them by 40 points. Now, there's one thing you'll notice that remains constant with the should have lost crowd, right? It's always the great team or good team that should have lost, right? It's never the bad team or the worst of the 2 teams that should have lost. Example, you don't see anybody walking around today saying, oh, Texas A&M should have lost to Alabama. But I guarantee you, if Alabama had found a way to win that game, everybody would be walking around today going, man, Alabama should have lost to Texas A&M. No, they shouldn't have. And the fact that they shouldn't have, and they did, is what makes it great. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me on my walk today. I'll see you soon. Your boy, Pigskin Pete, is checking out.